Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating, a data model that tries to do the impossible, predict the entire NFL season before a single snap has even been taken. Okay, so before you just write this off as another wild guess, I want you to look at this number. The algorithm we're about to break down has an 82% accuracy rate at picking Super Bowl winners over the last 11 years. Yeah, that's 9 out of 11 correct. A track record like that, well, it definitely makes you listen a little closer. So first things first, let's get into what actually makes this thing tick and why it's been so successful year after year. At its core is something called Algorithm 1. It was built by crunching over a decade of NFL stats to find all these hidden correlations that actually predict success. And we're not talking about a fluke. This model consistently predicts 10 out of the 14 playoff teams every single season. The creator uses this brilliant analogy to explain how it works. Think of it like a stock market index fund. It's not about nailing every single pick every single week. Some weeks it'll be wrong. But over the long haul of a full season, the trends and the averages prove to be incredibly accurate. It's all about that long-term consistency. Okay, now for the really interesting part. Let's go inside the algorithm's mind. Because if you're going to trust the results, you need to understand the rules. And, its blind spots. And every system has a weakness, right? Well, for this algorithm, its kryptonite is rookie quarterbacks. They're just a total wild card. A rookie who comes in and plays way above expectations, kind of like C.J. Stroud did, can totally break the model because there's just no past data to predict that kind of explosion. Now, this whole predictive engine is built on 3 really big assumptions. Number 1, the starting QB for each team stays healthy all year. That's a big one. Number 2, teams pretty much perform as expected. You don't have a team suddenly go from terrible to amazing or vice versa. And 3, any big-name players holding out for a new contract, it assumes they'll eventually sign and get back on the field. And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. A higher score in this system doesn't automatically mean a better team. The strength of a team's schedule plays a huge role here. A really good team with a monster schedule might actually rank lower than a pretty average team with an easy path. It's all about context. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get to the main event. What does the algorithm's playoff picture actually look like? So kicking things off in the AFC, you can immediately see that strength of schedule point in action. The model has the Chargers ranked ahead of the Chiefs in the AFC West. Now, it's not saying they're the better team, but it recognizes that their schedule is just plain easier. And then we hop over to the NFC, and this is where things get a little weird. Even the creator of the model admits it. We've got the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sitting there as the number 1 seeds in the entire conference. Now that is a bold call. Okay, so the regular season rankings are on the board. What does that actually translate to? Who does the algorithm think will be playing football in January? So here you have it. The AFC playoff bracket, according to the numbers. You got your usual contenders in there, the Ravens, the Bills, but you've also got teams like the Broncos and Steelers fighting their way back into the picture. The NFC side is just as wild, with the Bears on top. But check out that last wildcard spot, a dead heat, a tie between the Falcons and the Eagles. The model is predicting a race that could literally go down to the final seconds of the season. And this is what I find so great about this whole analysis. The creator himself steps back and says, hey, listen, I don't personally agree with all these results. It really drives home that this is a 100% data-driven prediction, totally removed from any human bias or gut feelings. So when you follow the logic, when you follow the math all the way to the finish line, this is where it lands. A Super Bowl showdown between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But the data isn't the whole story. Let's compare the pure math of the models against plain old human instinct. And this slide just lays out that conflict perfectly. It's the battle we all have in our heads when we make predictions, right? On one side, you have Algorithm 1's Ravens-Bucks prediction. Then an experimental model says Bills-Commanders. And then there's the simple, I guess, the gut feeling, which picks the much more common Chiefs-Eagles matchup. It's math versus intuition, right there on the screen. But here it is, the final word from the guy who runs all the numbers. Despite all the weird results, despite his own gut telling him something different, he makes it crystal clear. His data has always beaten his own intuition. The math, so far, has never lost. And that leaves us with the ultimate question as we head into the season, doesn't it? In a sport that's defined by incredible moments, by human drama, Should we put our faith in the cold, hard logic of an algorithm? Well, I guess we're all about to find out.